Hi, this is Krista at The Secret Yarnery. Welcome to Crochet Podcast, episode 136. Thanks so much for inviting me over. If you are new, my name is Krista and this is my Secret Yarnery. This channel is all about crochet and crochet-related goodness. There is a podcast on Wednesdays, a tutorial on Sundays, and a live chat on Fridays, plus crochet goodness throughout the week. So if any of that is of interest to you, hit that subscribe button right now under this video so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Speaking of fun, before we get started, yeah, my door's open. You can hear the lorry out there? Yeah, speed bump, brake, speed bump. There you go. Before we get started, I want to give a big congratulations to the winner from podcast episode 135. Congratulations to Kaylin Reichart. Congratulations, Kaylin. You win my free pattern. She answered last week's question. I definitely use crochet to deal with stress. I've been dealing with some health issues since mid-February, and I started making a giant sampler blanket with cheerful soft yarn, and it's really helped lift my spirits over the past 11 weeks. Wearing crochet to work has also helped lift my spirits. I also bring small portable crochet projects with me to medical appointments. That is so true, isn't it? Especially about like wearing crochet, it just feels like love, like you're wearing love, even if you've made it yourself. It doesn't have to be gifted love. It can be your own love, just wrapped up in it. And I just think that's so true. And thank you for mentioning that and bringing it to our attention. Also, stitch sampler blanket, such a great idea because it's just enough of rows to kind of get the hang of something. And they're like, hold on, another new stitch. So it really helps keep your mind focused on the crochet and not dwelling too much on all the stress that life can bring us. So thank you so much for sharing, Kaylin. Send me an email, krista@secretyarnery.com, and I will send you my latest pattern. And if you would like to win a free pattern, just keep watching and I'll tell you how to do it. And now it's time for Finished Object. Are you enjoying our visit? Consider joining this channel. Your support helps me make more videos. Thank you. This is so fun. It is so fun. I didn't even mean to do it. It was like an accidental. Well, I had the idea a while ago in family chat. We were talking over on the WhatsApp group for family members. Yes, I'm mentioning family members. Hello. Hello, and thank you so much for your support. However, we were on the WhatsApp group and it came up being like, wouldn't it be great, instead of a bouquet, like a crochet bouquet, if we did, ba-boom, window box. And I was like, yes. So literally the next morning, I ran to my grocery store. Well, I tried to shop online, but they didn't have, you couldn't pick the color. And I didn't want green, I wanted white. So the next morning, I ran to my grocery store, got this cutie. It's about $3.50, just a little plastic planter box. So cute. I love it. So I bought a bunch of these. I bought a bunch of different sized ones, small ones, medium, all the sizes I could. And then I spent the next couple days trying to find the Oasis foam to go inside to like keep everything from falling out. I Googled it. I didn't know if I could even find Oasis foam here in Kenya. Yes, GG for the win. There's a website here. It's JIJI. So it's not gaming speak for good go, which is GG. It's GIGI. Anyway, super great website for finding random stuff. So I found a whole box of Oasis floral foam. So I got a whole box delivered, cheaper than buying individuals, like half price. If you bought a box, it was half price of buying, well, it was about twice as much. So if you bought the whole box, it was about half price of buying them individual. There are 400 shillings for one block, or the whole box for, I think, $3,000, something like that, which is actually a pretty good price. I looked on Amazon and they're much more expensive on Amazon, so I felt really good about that. So got a whole case of them, a whole box, and happily cut them up to fill these gorgeous little planters. Well, one planter like this and a whole bunch of square ones. So this is my finished object. One of the great things about this pattern, you don't need anything to hold them up. You don't have to make leaves to go underneath. See that? They just sit right on the barbecue stick, barbecue skewer, just attached with a cute little button on the end of the skewer. And right in, so then there's grass here. The tutorial shows you how to do everything. The grass and the flowers, everything you need is in that tutorial. Also in the written pattern if you're into collecting my written patterns. So that is finished object of the week, and I'm so excited about it. Perfect for Mother's Day, perfect for me. I'm just like loving on it. Like I need it everywhere. Actually, I should walk around like this. It'd be like, hi, my name's Krista. If we just like chain it up or put a string on each side, like a cigarette girl, but it would be like a flower box girl. And I ain't selling them. That would be so cute, right? What if we did poppies for Remembrance Day? And then you just give them away. You just walk around and be like, you need a poppy. You need a poppy. You need a poppy. That'd be really cute. Anyway, finished object of the week. And now it is time for Bloomscape Cal update. Yes, I have been working on the Bloomscape Cal like a lot. Like I'm all up in it. I love it. So this is what it looks like so far. I have these 9 joined together. Pretty cute, right? I'll show you over on the bed. We have our 9 blocks. I don't know which order. I think this is number 1. I didn't join them in order. I just join when I have 3, and I just kind of line up where I think the colors are matching, or where they look the best. Ended up doing this cute little join here. It's like a double flat braid join. So I think it looks quite special, I guess. I think it adds to the blanket, and I think it's really, really pretty, as I do all the flowers. And these flowers are also just so good on their own. You don't have to do the whole blanket, but if you wanted a fancy flower, there is a lot to choose from. But when I have all 12 done, I'm going to divide them up into like flat ones and 3D. Most of them are 3D because I like a 3D flower. But that is how it is so far until yesterday. Yesterday, I looked at this green yarn that I have. This is Bernat Satin in fern color. And I did order it to make this green for my squares. So I have a lot of it. But I still like this color, and I like it enough to keep it for my blanket. But I was like, what if I use the fern just for that last braid join? Right? That would be so cute. I think it's pretty cute. So that is the join now. That is the updated Bloomscape Cal. So I have this join right there. That's the new join. Let me know what you think about it. It's a bit darker, and obviously it's shinier than the regular acrylic, but I think I really like it. I think it adds a little bit of something opposed to that version. So there is version 1 and version 2. So let me know which one you like better. I think I'm going to do version 2, which means, thank goodness, I did not frog, or I did not sew in my tails. So I don't know which order I put this together. So I'm going to just frog back the join, take that yarn out for each of these blocks, and then add it to this blanket over here. So that's as far as I've gotten with the Bloomscape Cal, but it's pretty far if you look at that closely. Pretty excited. I think it just kind of adds a little bit of extra special to it instead of like, oh, the green from the middle is the green from the edge is the green from the join. It's only green. I'm like, it's not the only green. I have two greens. Two greens. So I think I'm going to frog back, rip out my stitches from the 9 pieces I have joined. And then I'm going to join them to this one. And I'm doing 2 of the centers. So 2 flowers. Don't show you that one. That one's a secret. You didn't see it. Shut your eyes. 2 of these centers, 2 of each kind, and it will be 4 squares wide, so a little over 1 meter wide, and about 1.5 meters tall. So 4 wide and 6 tall. Is that right? 1, 2. Yeah. What? 6? Yes, 6 tall. So that's my 24 squares. And I think it's just going to be so beautiful. So I'm really excited about it. We have done 10. Oh no, you have done, what have we done? We have done 9 blocks so far together. I've done 10 already because I'm so excited about it. Now there's only 2 more left to go. So what favorite flower should we do? I've heard we should do butterflies. I'm like, butterfly would be so cute. But butterfly, oops. I had it all folded up, but it fell off my sofa again. There we go. Butterflies would also be really cute as like a separate thing that we could just kind of attach wherever you felt like it on the blanket if you wanted to. That'd be kind of cute. So I'm thinking 2 other flower patterns. I definitely like to do a daisy. So then there's one other. I'd also like to do Alberta rose or like a wild rose. I've been working on a wild rose, but I'm not feeling it. I haven't got to a wild rose that I am excited about yet, but that's kind of where I want to be spending my time. Which gets us to news of the week. News of the week, it is perfect crochet weather. It is like 22 to 25 degrees, gorgeous either rainy days, cloudy days, or sunny days. The weather's perfect for crocheting. Some days I can even wear a sweater, I can wear a shawl, I can wear a wrap. It is perfect. Slippers, all about it. So it is finally becoming perfect crochet weather here in Kenya, and that is what I want to be doing. That's how I want to be spending my time. I get a lot of questions for like how often or how long or how much time do I spend crocheting every week? And sadly, I guess it's seasonal because during the hot weather or the warm seasons, I'm like, I don't want to crochet much at all. Sometimes I don't crochet at all in the whole week. I just do other stuff. So I'm really back into the crochet mood because the weather is cooling off and just becoming so perfect for it. The kids are ready for exams. They are studying so hard. Mir is doing his AS levels, I suppose. So all in the sciences and the maths. So he is like studying all the time. He's doing really good, but he's nervous. His first exam is today. Imagine. So that is really exciting. And it also kind of means that summer, quote unquote, is around the corner. So summer in the West, winter here in Kenya, which is great, but it also means the kids are home from school. And it's usually the time of year where I say, see ya, I'm just doing a live chat on Fridays because I'm hanging with the kids for the summer. This year, I don't want to I want to blend it. I don't want to stop the channel. I don't want to stop doing the podcast or the tutorials. I want to keep doing all those things, but I also want to be spending time with the kids. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to balance all that out. And one way I think I'm going to do it for the summer months is just kind of shorten the podcast itself. So a whole bunch of the important sections that I love so much, but they also take time to do, like the questions and the comments and, the whole in-depth thing, the binders, the stacks in the back, all those things. I might just be skipping that until the fall just so I can kind of lighten the load and get more things done in the morning. I am totally fine. Kids don't need their mother in the morning. They just need some hot chocolate, some toast, some peanut butter. They're good to go. They're totally independent. But in the afternoon, they can kind of be like, hey, Mom, what are you doing? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I want to be able to say, yes, of course, I'm waiting for you. Let's do it. So I think I might be easing up on the podcast content, I suppose. I just kind of pop in and share with you what I've been working on. So easing you into that. But yes, the binder behind her and all the stacks will be coming back in the fall for sure. I also want time to get those binders done. I don't really want to start a binder behind her. I love that so much, binder behind her. I don't want to start binder behind her until I can grab this binder, that binder, any binder. As of now, I have 2 binders, and I've already shared one. No, I have 3 binders. Sorry, I have 3 binders. So I don't feel confident being like, let's just do that now. So I'm going to also be spending time over the summer in the mornings when my kids are busy doing all that patterny stuff and computery stuff. So afternoons I am free and I can hopefully get some more crochet time in too. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understand why the podcasts are kind of reducing a little bit in this season. And of course, if you have any suggestions of how I can balance that or how you balance your busy life, let me know in the comments under this video as well. I would love to hear your ideas and suggestions. And now it's time for upcoming live events. Now this little section I think is great to just keep in there or start, because it kind of tells you what is coming up in the next 7 days, in the next week, until the next podcast. So the next live event is on Friday, 5 p.m. my time. So same time that this podcast premiered, it will be the live chat on Fridays. All of my content comes up at the same time. It's not good for most of the world, but it is consistent for the same time. That's my husband. It is consistent for the same time that the live chat is. So if you see a video just pop up, that will be the same time that the live is on the Fridays. So every Friday, 5 p.m., there is our yarn, hook, and dish. So I don't know what episode we're on, 357, I think, coming up. A lot. I had to do an Excel spreadsheet to be like, where are we even at? We are definitely past the 350s. We've done a lot of live chats. So excited about that. That one's coming up on Friday. And then on Monday is part 2 of the Friends and Family Members Workshop. So we are working on the Frankly Circles blanket. We are doing the small square starting on Monday. So it is not too late to manage your membership if that is something you're interested in partaking. If not, if you're unable to do that, I totally get it. The tutorial is going to be all pieced together and the pattern written and coming out when we are finished, which will be early July. So don't worry, everybody's getting Frankly Circles, which brings me to another point, which I didn't really think about. Because I don't know if you remember from last week, we had some questions, or there was a comment about mentioning members too often or not often enough, or subscribers not being thanked enough, or all that kind of hoopla. I'm not really into it. I'm doing me. Thank you so much for all of your feedback and comments. However, what I did realize, which I hadn't even thought about, is lots of channels do just put out the beginning of the tutorial and then say, buy my pattern. Right? Which is it's a super great way of getting somebody to buy your pattern. However, I don't do it that way on my channel. When I first moved to Kenya, no matter what I did, whatever bank card I had, credit card, debit card, doesn't matter, I could not use them online. They were like, what's your billing address? And they were like, boop, nope, 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 nope. Couldn't use it no matter what, just based on my billing address, right? So I get not being able to partake with things online. When I was pregnant with Mir, I was looking for all sorts of sewing patterns, if I could stitch diapers or changing cover, table, anything, like all the ideas for a nursery. Looked online for everything, and anything that I wanted to buy, I couldn't buy. I ended up not needing a pattern for anything. I did an amazing nursery. We moved 6 months later, of course, Murphy's Law. However, I did an amazing nursery for him. Foam, off topic, but fascinating. Like, I think it's amazing. So foam, I got 1-inch high density foam, the full sheet, so 6 feet by 4 feet. So they went all along the walls. I cut the top like waves, like a scallop wave, totally encased it in super gorgeous watercolor fabric, zipper enclosure at the bottom, Velcro on the back to stick onto the wall, and then it was Sea Life stuck onto that so he could walk around. If he fell on the wall, he'd be fine. right? And all sorts of like, it was like an under the sea adventure. The whole room, underneath the windows, around the doors, absolutely, like pretty much upholstered the sides of the house. Yeah, so that was me without a credit card that worked in the rest of the world. So I totally get not being able to financially access things online. All of my tutorials you can get for free. The whole thing, completely, 100% start to finish. So don't be feeling excluded about that for sure. So I hope that makes sense to you also. And if you are a Friends with Benefits or family member, there is a new pattern for you available. So every month for Friends with Benefits and above, there's a free pattern. It was going along with the crochet along, but I think the problem with that, even for the Cozy Cardi, I haven't finished writing the pattern yet. So that's kind of awkward. It's kind of one of those like, ooh, that one didn't work out. I thought I could just kind of write the pattern as we went along, but that's a little awkward. I need to kind of have the video finished and like uploaded, and then I kind of go through it to like really listen to myself and see like, what did I say there? What did I say here to make the pattern really match? So that's not, I don't think it's going to work that great for me. It just kind of keeps something on my list of things to do that I said I was going to do, and then I feel like I'm not doing. So every month there is going to be like the first pattern of the month is going to be free for friends and family, or Friends with Benefits and family members of the channel. So this month, this is the free pattern. So if you are one of those channel members, go to the community page and scroll down and you will see the link to grab your free pattern this month. And still working out the nuances of the new channel member, what do you call it? Like the perks for each of the levels. Still working on it. I'm not quite settled on how it is now. So there'll be some changes coming up, but it's going to be the exact same for May and the exact same for June. But I'm expecting to shuffle things up in July. So if you have any suggestions on how to keep those perks representing that level of commitment or that level of support, let me know in the comments or in any of our chat groups if you have any ideas or suggestions. And now, if you would like to win a free pattern, all you have to do is, have you subscribed to this channel? Go ahead and hit this button under this video right now so you don't miss out on any more fun stuff just like this. Yes, you have to be a subscriber of the channel, and you also have to answer Question of the Week. Question of the week is, are you amping up your crochet, slowing down your crochet, or do you crochet this consistent amount throughout the year? For me, I always think I'd crochet the same, but this year I really noticed it. I think it was answering questions, like answering your questions during the podcast, where it was like, how often do you crochet? How long do you crochet for every day? And I was like, wow, I really don't crochet as much as I want to. At all. Like at all. So I think for me it's seasonal. So with the hot weather, I can't crochet. I don't want to. You're kind of like, oh, don't want to crochet that much. And then when it gets cooler, I'm like, drown me in yarn right now. Let's go. Hooks, scissors, yarn right now. Gotta do it. So I definitely crochet more in cooler weather. And of course, because I'm in the Southern Hemisphere in Nairobi, Kenya, I'm kind of the same as Australia, where we are heading into our winter. So for me, I'm amping up, I'm doing more crochet, and I really think it was answering all of those questions in the podcast of how often do you crochet, how long do you crochet, and I realized I am not crocheting anywhere near how much I want to. I have a lot of things ready to film and stuff, so even when I'm doing a tutorial, I don't have to crochet the whole item. I just have to show you a couple spots in it because I've already had it crocheted in the cooler weather. So that really got me thinking about it. So are you amping up your crochet, slowing down your crochet, or do you crochet consistently the same throughout the year? And also, depending on your weather, is there something that you like to crochet in hot weather or in cold weather? Tell me all of your tips and tricks for keeping your Crojo going all year round in the comments under this video. So if you're a subscriber, you answer that question, I will be randomly picking a comment, and I hope you win a pattern in an upcoming podcast. So my kids are gaming right next door over there, so I'm gonna go check up on what they are up to. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm waiting for you in that video right there. Stay hooked.